Hi everyone and welcome to Eduolio's YouTube channel. In this video, we'll learn how to count characters in Excel using len function or len formula. In this entire video, we're gonna look different cases of using len formula, where we would even combine the len formula with other formulas to achieve the desired result. So make sure you watch the video till the very end. Now let's see how to use the len formula in the basic and the simplest way. Let's say you have some text in cell A1 where you want to count the number of characters. Now I'm just going to type the len formula equals to LEN, open the bracket, select the cell, close the bracket, hit enter. Now as soon as we do that, we can see that Excel has counted the number of characters in cell A1 and that is 7 characters. Now I can come to A1 and let's say add one more character, and as soon as I do that, I can see the formula auto updates and tells us that now there are 8 characters. I can come here and also add a space. Now, as soon as I do that, again, it's going to update. Now, Excel will also count each space as an additional character. So keep that in mind when you are using the len formula. Now, let's see what happens when I use the len formula on a currency figure. Now, I'm going to put equals to LEN, open the bracket, A1, close the bracket, enter. Now, as soon as I do that, you're going to see that Excel is telling us that there are only 4 characters in this cell. Now what Excel is doing is, in this case, Excel is not counting the comma and not counting the currency symbol. So do keep this in mind whenever you are using len formula with currency figures. Now let's look at the different other use cases of len's formula where we would have to tweak the formula to achieve the desired result. Now in this case, we want to count the total number of characters in all of these 4 cells, A1, A2, A3 and A4. So we're not going to use len formula 4 times and then sum it up. We're going to combine len and sum formula together. So let's do that. Equals to sum, open the bracket, len A1, comma, len A2. And I'm going to keep typing till I cover all these cells. Right. Close the bracket, hit enter. And now what Excel has done is Excel first individually counted the characters in each of these cells and then added everything up for us. So we can see the total number of characters in cell A1 to A4 are 24. Now let's look at the other case. Now in this example, you can see I have a sentence, I like Eduolio's YouTube channel. Now in this particular text, there are some spaces at the front and some spaces at the very end, which is there are leading spaces and there are trailing spaces in this text. Now there could be a case where you want to count the number of characters without counting the leading and trailing spaces. Let's see how we can do that. So when we are using the normal len formula, Excel is telling us that there are 47 characters. So to do this, I'm going to combine the len formula and trim formula together. What the trim formula will do for us is it will remove the leading and trailing spaces. So let's create this formula equals to LEN. Open the bracket, write trim, open the bracket again, select the cell A1, close the first bracket, close the second bracket and hit enter. Now, as soon as I do that, you can see now the total number of characters are 37 and earlier it was 47 because Excel was counting leading and trailing spaces. Now let's see one more case. As I told you in the very beginning of this video, len formula also counts spaces as characters. Now in this example, we don't have any leading or trailing spaces, but there are spaces within this text. So there is space between I and like in Eduolio's and YouTube and channel. So in this formula here, which is our basic len formula, it is also counting the spaces. So let's see how do we create a new variation of the len formula so that we can count the number of characters excluding spaces. So let's just quickly delete this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine len formula with a substitute formula. To give you a quick breakdown, we use a substitute formula to replace specific words or characters with something else in a given text string. Now, let me actually show you and it will make things more clear. So I'm going to combine len with substitute. So equals to len, open the bracket, let's type substitute. Now the substitute formula has 4 arguments. The last one is optional. We're going to use the first 3 ones. The first argument is text. So what is the text string? Now in this case, it's A1, comma. What is the old text? Now the old text in our case is this space. So I'm going to open quotes, put up a space, close the quotes, put another comma, which is now we have moved into the third argument, which is new text. So what's the new text? Well, we want to replace space with nothing. So we want to tell Excel that, hey, replace the space with nothing. So in this case, for that, I'm just gonna open quotes and close quotes. I'm not gonna put anything between the quotes. And now I'm gonna close the bracket. Close one more bracket for the len formula and hit enter. Now, as soon as I do that, you can see the number has changed from 32 to 28. So now what Excel is doing is it's first running the substitute formula where it is replacing every space with nothing, which is to say they are removing the spaces from the text string. And then the length formula is counting the number of characters without spaces in the cell A1. And that's why we can see that the number has changed from 32 to 28. That means 4 characters are removed, and it exactly matches here because we had 4 spaces here which got removed. So this is how you use the len function in Excel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you want to learn more advanced functions like vlookup, pivot tables, pivot charts, macro automation, power query, if statements, then you can check out our advanced Excel course. The link is in the description below. Also, don't forget to smash the like button and also subscribe to our channel to see much more in-depth tutorials. That's it from our side. We'll see you in the next video.